Top 10 K-pop releases of the second quarter of 2025. Try not to get myself cancelled edition. This is only releases of 2+ songs, not just singles, so there will be no dirty work or style in this list. I'm also not going to be including Cat's Eye in the list either, regardless of whatever we have decided to class them as, purely for no other reason than this list was hard enough to make already, and I would have to find somewhere in this list to fit them in, and I didn't want to make my life any harder. So if it makes you happy, just sort of chuck them somewhere around 7 or something. 2 honourable mentions: Idol and ITZY. This video is a mess already, so don't kill me. Girls Will Be Girls probably should be in the top 10, but I had to make this list somehow. Okay. At 10, I have VVS with Diamonds in My Mouth. Now for VVS, this is a very impressive first EP, and Facts is the best song on the album. Incredible. I talk more about them in the best debuts of this year video. I think they're very talented and the album is really good. The best rap main group that exists. 9, Kiss of Life 224. The title track is good, but not quite as good as the more recent Kiss of Life title tracks, and they decided to promote K-Bye as the B-side, which is a very Kiss of Life coded song, but I feel like that song should have been Tell Me, as that is by far the best song on this album. Similar vibes to Take Your Arrow. The album is very good in areas, and it is also very just okay in a lot of areas, but overall it does make a good listen and it is a decent album. At 8, we have a rare Pokemon for me here. It's a boy group, but fucking hell, the title track on here is just out of this world. Genuinely one of the best songs to release this year. We have Enhypen, although to be fair, they really never miss, dude. Desire Unleash. The album overall is very good, especially Helium, that is very much a bop, but Bad Desire is just some next level of crack. It's just always something crazy with the title tracks. Who even decides to do that with vocals? I just want to inject it into my veins. I usually don't care if the song is short, like just replay it, but this needs to be longer. They need to replay the chorus another 3 times. I need it to never end. The studio which they recorded this in, it no longer exists. His song set that bitch on fire. The 808's on top of the vocals as well, that is caving my skull in. Yeah, it's quite good. 7, I have S'mores. Again, I talked about them more in the debut video also, but I Want You is the K-pop I want to hear. Just bullshit but sounds fire. We've heard a million songs talk about the same subject, but do they sound as good as this? No, they don't. We listen to music 90% of the time just because we want to feel good and hear something good, not for a life story. This is peak K-pop right here, guys. I Want You To is the title track and the best song on here, but you should listen to the album and at least give Bleeding Heart a go. That song is very good. 6, Artemis, Club Icarus. We have gotten to the point now where Jade and Jung may never miss again at this point, because it just keeps happening. Reborn like a phoenix wing. Listening to this whole project in one go, it's like being ascended to another dimension. They've just developed this sound which no one else has, where you're just listening to music and you're just having a whole spiritual awakening. Funny thing with producers, you can tell exactly who produced it by their drums, specifically with the hi-hats. I'm not joking. They're very distinctive. They're quite quiet yet visible in the track, and they're also quite soft on the ears. I'm not insane, this is a real thing, I swear. Goddess is probably the last thing you hear before you ascend. 5, we have Eunice with Swicy. Happy album of the year. Don't you just love how all these different groups exist, releasing different kind of music with different concepts? Because who else is going to release this happy feel good album if not for Eunice? From a Seed called Hey What's Up is a rare instrumental. There's nothing much to say for this except from bottom to top. Every song on here is a fucking banger, and all of them are very upbeat and feel good and cohesive. Please don't disband, we need you here. And also they just decided to insert random J-pop to end the album. Please don't go anywhere. 4, If I, another debut in here. And now I said that sentence, I realise this video makes 0 sense, as it's supposed to be a best comebacks. And I've got 4 debuts out of 10 in this list. Where are the established groups releasing music this season? New groups are popping off. Yeah, Nerdy is one of the songs of the year, just straight up a hit. Great album, and they are about to have a comeback this week. More of the same, please. Number 3 is not a surprise to me at all. It is Chew. Everything Chew releases is literally amazing and so beautiful. This is closer to the work of Howl than Strawberry Rush, and that year Howl was my favourite album. Her voice is literally just not real, it's just amazing. The start of Je T'aime itself is enough to kill me. As of now, Cry in the Rain is the new best Chew title track. The production here is also amazing. I don't know the exact inspiration, but it has old school type of vibes, a type of album you can listen to on repeat and never get old of, and I am so glad that I got the vinyl of this. And number 2 and 1, oh, no surprise if you know me, there was never any two ways about it. It's just a choice of which one was gonna be first. Anyway, at 2 it's Islet. They don't have a single song which isn't just straight up a hit. Flawless, impeccable discography and never missed a single time. This time with Bomb they gave us J-pop anime inspired album, except for Little Monster, which doesn't sound like that, but it is my favourite song on Bomb. It is just so beautiful, a real tearjerker, one for me to cry. But the rest of the album is very much J-pop inspired, and you can't tell me it's not. More like classic anime 80s 90s, but with an Islet modern twist to it, and it is fucking phenomenal. Also, everyone agrees with me on this. When I commented on Josh Bay's Instagram post about Islet using the 5 stars story mecha anime sample, and I commented the whole album's giving J-pop, it seems like people agree. I knew I wasn't crazy. Number 1 we have The Goats, Meow, flawless album. Meow just have that natural killer aura about them. 5 all-rounded, goated vocalists, dancers, rappers, they really just have everything. And the music is just the best. I've ran this point into the ground, but combining the best producers in the game at the Black label with these 5 aces is just not fair. Stream lit right now because that song is so good, but it wasn't promoted as much and it doesn't get as much love, but it is actually one of the best songs. Yeah, as soon as Meow dropped this project, it was always going to be number 1, to be honest. I can't wait until the end of year list. That's going to be too hard. We had Blackpink solos this year, so it's really not fair because there's just a monopoly there. I actually have a second album at number 1 here, but I don't know how it's classified, so I'm not putting it in the list properly. But it's the K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack. But incredible album, incredible movie. I made a whole separate video on this topic, so I'm not going to speak on it anymore. But the main takeaway from this is that this quarter was won by 24.